Welcome back to A Game of Fangs and Thrones. My name's Hannah, and this is the start of my self-destructing TBR. Basically, I'm sure you guys all know the basic premise of these videos, these lists, but my TBR pile is getting a little bit out of hand. And to try and combat that, I'm going to implement two things. One is a return of an old project that I did find some success with, but was too lenient with myself for, and that is the Read 9 by 1 series. I'll explain that in the next video, but this is the TBR list, and basically I have a lot of books that have been on my channel since the beginning. I went back to the first book haul that I ever did on my channel in 2020, and then I just went through all of the videos that were entitled book haul, the first couple of episodes of Read 9 by 1. I've probably missed loads, but this is what came up. Now, I've already gone through that list, and there are some books that I am just unhauling straight away. I just don't have any interest in them anymore, or I started the series and just have no interest in continuing. So I'll grab those in a minute. And then the second part of this video, it's going to be a long one, but the second part of this video is going through this list. Now you can see that I've already made a mistake on this, and that was Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. I have read that, so that's why that's coloured in, but hopefully this will all get coloured in by the end of the year. So my year is going from like the end of May, beginning of June, well, now until the end of May, beginning of June 2024. And hopefully I can get down this list, because yes, it's nice having the mix, but at the same time I want to be able to keep up with what I'm buying. So yeah, and I'm not going to go through every book on this list. I'll just sort of tell you the title and show you the cover, basically. Otherwise we'll be here forever. So the first section is obviously the books that I'm just straight up unhauling. So I've just went through and pulled out the books that were mentioned in those earlier videos that I have no interest in reading now. So these will be up on Vinted. I'll have the details down below. But we have book 3 of The Summoner the Battle Mage by Taran Matharu. I read the first two, found the first one okay, but the second one was a slog, and I just couldn't get through it. So that will be going on Vinted as a box set with the other two. We have a complete, at least I think it's a complete duology, The Messenger of Fear and The Tattooed Heart by Michael Grant. I think I picked these up because it looked interested, but just never got round to them. Couldn't tell you what it's about. The Wise Woman by Philippa Gregory. I don't think I'll get round to reading this quick, and it's very small writing. This Poison Heart by Kaylin Bayron. I liked Cinderella is Dead, but I've heard since then that the writing wasn't that great, and my sister read this and she just didn't like it. George R.R. Martin's Fever Dream. This has been on so many TBRs, so I'm just, see, there's even a Morgan from when I used to play a game of TBR. But it's been on so many different TBRs that I just, no point flogging a dead horse. And then we have books 2 to 4 in the Darkest Minds series. I read the first one, it was okay. Then I read Law and didn't like it, so I don't think Alexandra Bracken is for me. Then we have Extinction Trials by S.M. Wilson. Now I have read this one, but this is the sequel and I don't think I'm going to get round to it. We have the 3 books from Kristen Cicerelli. The Last Namsara, The Caged Queen and The Sky Weaver. I've had The Last Namsara since it came out, I think, and I just don't think they're for me. We have book 2 of The Lost City, The Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Shue. I think I'm done with Cassandra Clare. We have When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Hope Fletcher. I've read the other 2 books that she's brought out and they were okay. I just don't think I'll get round to that one. Dark Age by Pierce Brown, another one where I just don't think I'll get round to it. The Balloon Thief by Anissa Marufu. It's just something about this that just doesn't appeal to me. This was a book box book. It just doesn't appeal to me. And I don't know. It's just going. I don't think I'll ever get round to it. The Coldest Touch by Isabel Sterling. This is a vampire romance, and I don't really like vampire romance YA. And we have This Woven Kingdom by Tahira Mafi. I don't like her writing, I'm afraid. I haven't tried this, but I gave up on the Shadow series, and I don't really want to try another long series from her. Then we have Of Russian Wings by Laura E. Weymouth. This is a Goose Girl retelling, I want to say, but I read 6 Crimson Cranes first, so I don't really need this. They're the same story. So they will be on Vinted at some point. I'll probably start putting them on today. The paperbacks will be like £2.50 unless they're part of a series, and then it'll just be £2.50 for each book. So the Tattooed Heart and the Messenger of Fear will be £5. The hardbacks are like £5. But yeah, I'll leave that those down below for you, and then I have these in sections, so we're just going to go through them in the sections that I wrote my list, because I think otherwise this is going to take forever. And again, I'm giving myself a year to read these. There may be some that have been on my TBR for longer, pre-booktube, but I don't have anything to say yes or no to that. So we will just dive right in. So the first section, and editing Hannah is going to love me, is the middle grade. So we have The Last Bear by Hannah Gold. I've been putting this one off because I don't want it to, because I think it'll make me cry. Then we have 2 books by Vashti Hardy. We have Wild Spark and Crowfall. I'm not going to go through all of these because it'll take too long. Well, I'll go through them, but I won't tell you too much about them. This is the young adult series. Now, I know this is probably not complete, and there probably are more, but again, these are all I could find on the videos. So we have Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi, Night Study and Dawn Study by Maria V. Schneider, Philip Gregory's Order of Darkness, specifically books 2 and 3, Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee, The Song of Wreaths and Ruins by Roseanne A. Brown, King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo, Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri, Beasts of Prey by Iana Gray, These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan, Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha and Young, The Ember in the Ashes by Sabbath Tahir, Digging In With the Cursed by Kerry Maniscalco, Chloe Gong's Our Violent Ends, A Marvellous Light by Freya Mask, Gifts That Bind Us by Caroline O'Donoghue, The Merciless Ones by Namina Fona, and Aurora's End by J. Christoph and Amy Kaufman. The next stack is young adult standalones. Now these are probably wrong and probably will end up with a sequel at one point. Hang on, there's a hair right in front of the camera. There we go. We have Little Thieves by Margaret Owen, Afterlove by Tanya Byrne, Poisoned by Jennifer Donnelly, Every Line of You by Naomi Gibson, The Ivory Key by Akshaya Rahman, Deborah Fillet's Blood Scion, Ghostwood Song by Erica Waters, Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor, Beckoning Shadow by Catherine Blair, and In the Ravenous Dark by A.M. Strickland. This stack is adult standalones. Could be wrong, but we'll just dive right in. Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, The Confession by Jessie Burton, Pandora by Susan Stokes Chapman, Reputation by Lex Croucher, 10,000 Doses January by Alex E. Harrow, Binding by Bridget Collins, Kylie Reed's Such a Fun Age, Where the Crawdads Sing, Delia Owens, Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, Circe by Madeline Miller, Girl A by Abigail Dean, Descendant of the Crane by Joan Hay, Ariadne by Jennifer Saint, Girl Woman Other Bernadine Evaristo. This should have been in the young adult stack. Win, Lose, Kill, Die by Cynthia Murphy, Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, The Lights of Prague by Nicole Jarvis, Mrs. Death by Selena Godden, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell, Velvet Was the Night by Sylvia Marino Garcia, Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward, Stuart Turton's The Devil in the Dark Water, Bonus Mercies by April Genevieve Dolce, and The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out the Window and Disappeared, Jonas Jonasson. The final stack is the adult series. This is a mixed match of starter series and continuations. So I'm just going to arrange the cushions so I'm not perching on the edge of the bed, and then I'm going to dive right in. We have Daywatch by Sergei Lukianenko, A Gathering of Shadows and A Conjuring of a Light by V.E. Schwab, Foxglove Summer and Lies Sleeping by Ben Aronovich, Shadow of Night by Deborah Harkness, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson, Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, Lainey Taylor's Strange the Dreamer, Evan Winter's Rage of Dragons, Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart, Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, My Moda by Samantha Shannon, Poppy War by R.F. Huang, The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman, Malice by Heather Walter, House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas, Natural History of Dragons by Marie Brennan, Jade City by Fonda Lee, Witherwood by Hannah Matthewson, Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne, The ABC Murders by Agatha Christie, Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin, and The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. Now, by all means, this is not my entire TBR collection. I'm not that good. But this is the books that have been on my TBR since 2020 at least. And I'm going to pop these back. Let me know in the comments below if you think there's any I should just give up on straight away. Any that you think I'll enjoy, any I need to prioritise over others. And again, the books that I've just unhauled straight away at the beginning of this video will be on Vinted in the next couple of days, if not weeks, because I have other things I need to get round to doing. But yeah, let me know if you have a self-destructing TBR. Let me know if they work, if you think I'm wasting my time, and I'll see you in the next one. So give this video a like if you like it, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see this and talk about these, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.